Be sure to check out my Veve and Omi Investors group in the description down below. Together we build generational wealth and go over everything you need to be profitable in the Veve markets. Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. In this one, we're going to be going over a very serious topic that I think a lot of people actually get into Veve, and this is what causes so much FUD, people to be stressing out, people to be upset, really not knowing what's going on with their investment and things like that. I think that this key piece of advice is going to help a lot of people. So that being said, let's just jump straight into it. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications so you stay updated with everything going on. And let's get into it, man. So we're going to be talking about this investment. As you can see right now, we're at 0.004. I mean, this is a very good buy-in point, but let me explain this to you all. In my opinion, this is my opinion. I have my own investment strategy. My investment strategy and style is very closely mirroring Warren Buffett's, and except for mine is different. Mine is different. I've perfected my own thing, and I do what works for me. But in my opinion, you should not be investing in Veve's NFTs or the Omi token for the short term. Like, if you're looking for short-term gains and short-term returns, I don't think that Veve is the place to be. Well, honestly, like the Veve collectibles, it really is. It could be. It could be. It depends on when you got here. Right now, we're into season 3, and I don't know, the same opportunities that was in season 1 through 3 may not necessarily continue to be here right now. Like, you could easily spend $7 and be up 50K in season 1. So, or what, late season 1, early season 2. So, I mean, things are changing. Things are starting to change for sure. And no, I think the comics came out in about season 2. I don't know. My times be all messed up. Y'all know I be up all day and night just uploading, working on content and stuff like that. So yeah, my sense of time is just trash. But the fact of the matter is, this is a long-term investment. Like, you should not be looking at this investment for something very short-term, because the true potential in this project is long-term. Now, let's say you're making a crazy amount of money in the short term. That just means that the amount of money that you're able to make in the short term is going to be freaking multiplied in the long term. So, like, let's say my Veve collectibles, at all-time high, my collectibles were up over $200,000 at all-time high. I could have sold, but I'm just not interested. Like I said, I'm a long-term holder. I'm long-term, because if it's up 200,000 right now, it's going to be up even farther in the future. Even though it's jumped back down, it does corrections and things like that. I understand a lot of people are not used to markets moving. A lot of people may be new to this. And my own cousin, once he saw the market start going down, he literally put in like $80. He bought the Spider-Man comic. He bought it for like $80. It went up to like what? Like 300, I think it got up to 300. Amazing Spider-Man, I think it got up to like 300, and then it slowly started to go down. And he's like, "Yo, how do I take my money out? What do I do?" So I get it. It's natural for people to be scared and people to start being nervous when you see the market turn red. But this is the same thing I was explaining to him, and I honestly, he couldn't even grasp it. Like, he literally is in person with me, speaking to me, communicating with me, and he couldn't even grasp it. So I know a lot of people just listening to a random person on the internet, you're probably not going to be able to grasp the fact that this is normal for investments. There are going to be down times, and you have to get comfortable with it. When you invest, you should genuinely be investing money that you do not need back. You should be investing, invest money like pretend like you're going to the casino. Like that's what the hardest thing for investors are, is new investors. Not looking at it like a casino. Or yeah, not looking at it like a casino. Like you're going there, you're going to spend some money, and you may lose everything. Like, having in your head that you can take your money out at any time, that is the biggest flaw that you're going to come across, because you are going to take it out at any time. You're going to take it out when you get emotionally scared or fearful, or you start to doubt your investment, and then that's when it's going to go up. Like, it happens like clockwork. Like, all of us have done it. Like people who are actually making money in these markets right now, we come from a place where we got nervous at one point in time when the investment started going down. We took our money out, and as soon as that happened, it blows up. Same thing. Like, you all know that I invested into the Omi token using my Cardano. I sold all my Cardano and invested into the Omi token. If I would have held a little bit longer, it would have went from my buy-in to like, what did it get to? Like $3 or something like that, or something crazy. It went up a crazy substantial amount. And that's just what happens when you sell. As soon as you wait to sell, things start to go up. And that's why you have to take into consideration how long you plan on holding an investment. When it comes down to holding your investment, you need to have an exit strategy. What's the amount of money that you actually want to get from this investment? Like, if you spend $20, what is your goal spending that $20? Obviously, everyone would love to spend $20 and make $1 million, but that's not realistic. Like, what do you actually want to make from it? If you spend $20 and you're okay turning that $20 into $100 and you're not going to be greedy, then just do that. Like just keep doing that. Like, the thing is, people always want to, oh, how high is it going to go? I want to set it at all-time high. The thing about investing, you don't know where all-time high is going to be. You don't know when the market is going to shift and things are going to take a downward spiral, and then you'll be stuck holding if you're trying to hold for the long term. If you're short term, I mean, yeah, there's opportunity here. You can take a 20, let it go up, and then, you know, like not even cash out. That's the thing. You can't cash out right now. So in terms of a better short-term investment, like actually something that'll give you your money might be a better strategy, to be fair. The fact of the matter is, long-term, when it comes down to Veve and Ecomi, long-term, once they start adding in the metaverse, the Veveverse, and then you have NFT utility and things like that coming, these NFTs are valuable because of the brands associated with these NFTs. So you have Marvel, you have Disney, you have DC, you have Aston Martin, you have 007, you have brands like this associated with these collectibles. These are officially licensed from these places, so that in itself holds value. And then what's going to boost the value even more is that the Veveverse is actually going to have its own utility for all of these NFTs. It's going to be fan-made utility. I can request that you have a certain NFT if you want to talk to me in the Veveverse. I like things like that. You're going to have fan-made utility, you're going to have Veve-made utility, and then you can have real-world utility from the licensors themselves, like Disney. If you want to go to Disney World, like Disney could say at any point in time, whoever owns the golden Mickey Mouse and Walt statue, whoever owns that, you get in for free. And like for life, as long as you own this NFT, you get in for free. Disney can say that at any time. So there's a lot of different things and catalysts that could come and bring more and more value to these collectibles. And I think that we're going to see the highest price points later on after the metaverse, after we see this utility and after we see this stuff actually making these NFTs valuable. And keep in mind, the longer we hold these NFTs, the older they become. So when it comes down to to where NFTs become popular everywhere, what's going to be the most valuable NFTs once NFTs become popular all around the world? Like the older stuff, like the longer you hold this stuff, the older the stuff that you're holding becomes. So when let's say we're at year 5. In year five of Veve, the most valuable things is going to be the stuff that you could only get in year 1, like the Todds. You have your Todds, the whole black and white collections and stuff like that. The very first ever Spider-Man, the first ever comic book, things like this. Like that is the stuff that's going to be super, super valuable looking further down the line. So I understand how people jump in, they want results quick and things like that, but you just really have to sharpen your mind, sharpen your perspective, and look at things in a different light. If you want something short-term, Veve is not the greatest place for that, but if you're thinking long-term, there could not be a better place in my opinion, because of the fact that the more time that passes, the more this becomes history. These moments and days we're living in right now on Veve, this is becoming history before our eyes. We're living through history. This is the first time this stuff is coming to the blockchain. So if you believe in the NFT space, if you believe in all of this, then you're gonna know like NFTs are gonna be insane, and people are gonna want the first NFTs in the world. And they're gonna want the first NFTs from their favorite brands. As soon as NFTs, it's gonna be a point in time where NFTs are widely accepted and people are going to want the first NFTs to ever exist for the brands that they treasure most. Veve is really dropping a lot of these. Like Veve is the first one to come out with a lot of these major brands that people are going to want in the future. So you have to keep that in mind when it comes down to this investment. Yes, there's money to be made. There's a little bit of money to be made in the short term. There's opportunity. There's always going to be opportunity. But then that comes down to a short-term strategy. A short-term strategy, I mean, depending on how short-term, you can't even cash out your money. So having a short-term strategy on Veve isn't even logical in my opinion. But if you do just want to be out here flipping and things like that, then you have to be able to set goals for yourself. Like, I'm gonna take this 20, I'm gonna turn it into $100, and I'm good with that. Like, it doesn't matter if you take that $20, you buy something for $20, and you miss out and it go up to 500. You gotta know how to not look at that like, oh man, I sold at 100 and it went up to $500. I just missed out on $400. Because if you think like that, next time you want to sell something at a safe point where you're okay with that profit, you're not going to do it. You're going to be like, last time I sold this at $100, it went up to 500. Let me hold this a little bit longer and see what it does. Then it goes down to $40 on you. And so it hit 100 and then go back down to 40 on you. Like, that's the type of stuff that happens. You can't get your mind tainted by your experiences and things that's happened in the past. You have to have a strategy and stick to it. If you jump into an investment knowing, okay, I'm going to spend $20, I'm taking $100 when it gets to $100. That's what I want to make from this 20. Then that's fine. Like that's fine. Like, whatever happens, you hold it until it gets to that $100. If you have done your research, your due diligence, and you know it's a collectible capable of getting to $100. Now, if you just grab some BS and just hoping that it's going to get there one day, doesn't matter how much conviction you have behind it. If you just invest in something trash, it may never get to where you think that it's going to go. But if you're logical with your conclusions and why you want to invest in something, just have a strategy and stand on what you say. Like, if $100 is your goal, if you want to turn 20 into 100, that's cool. If you want to turn 20 into 200, that's cool. Then once you spend that 20, you don't touch it again or think about touching it until it hits that $200 goal. Once it hits that, sell as soon as possible. Don't wait to see if it go up. None of that matters. It does not matter if it goes, instead of 200, it goes to 1,000. You can't feel like you missed out on that. Like, as long as you're winning, as long as you have a strategy, you have a plan, and you're following that plan and it's working. So just because someone else sold theirs for $1,000 and you only sold yours for $200, that does not mean you took a loss. That means you stuck to your strategy and that's what you was planning to do. Maybe in the future you make a better plan with certain collectibles or something like that. Maybe you can switch it up here and there. But I mean, you never know. Nothing is actually promised in this space, man. So my advice, not financial advice, by the way, but this is just how I approach things. It's easier to go for the long term. It's less stressful. Like, when these markets dip and stuff like that, the reason that everyone's trying to sell, everyone's trying to cash out and scared and stuff like that is because no one has goals. No one has strategy. No one knows what they're doing. Everyone just lucked up, got in at the right time, not realizing how lucky they are, because the fact of the matter is, as soon as MTL comes and everybody cash out and the market drops down, then you're going to have a bunch of whales like, oh, now that this is official, now we can get our money out. All this, oh, we're jumping on exchanges. Oh, this project is serious. Whales are going to come in, snatch up everything, and then the people who sold are gonna wow, like, oh, we missed out. Like, all the collectibles went to all-time highs after everyone sold. Because what's going to happen is the MTL is going to cause a big drop in the price of things, and then it's going to boost to heights higher than most people have ever seen. Like, you're going to higher than you've ever seen the Veve collectibles. Because now people with money is just not stuck in there no more. So people with big money are going to be willing to invest because they know what this is. These people are willing to buy all types of rocks, Bored Apes, and things like that. If people are willing to spend their money on this, what are they going to do for the first officially licensed things from the most powerful brands in human history? Like, you just have to think about it from that perspective and really understand what you're holding. People don't realize they have the key to the future in their hands on Veve app. Like, that's literally something that people are not understanding. They're not getting it. Veve is really changing the game. Veve is revolutionary. And I mean, right now we're holding pieces of history. People are trying to sell for these low amounts and things like that. That's why it's a bunch of us not worried at all, not selling, not worried about none of that. We're not concerned in the slightest. And that's because we know what's coming. A lot of people just got in here lucking, like hoping that this was going to be the next Dogecoin or something like that, hoping to get rich overnight, and it's not happening fast enough for them, so they're going to end up selling. A lot of people are going to come out of this investment, and this is going to be the investment people mess up on. Like, and it's always an investment like this. Like Netflix. How do you mess up on Netflix? That was my screw up. I screwed up on Netflix, bro. Like, how do you screw up on Netflix? I got into Netflix early, and then like, I got out when I saw it going down. It's like, man, like, I questioned myself. I doubted myself. And then I lived to regret it. Like, that's just how you learn to invest, man. You're going to, like, people are going to do that. You're going to look back. Veve is going to be so big in the future one day. It's like, wow, they had every single license. This is an NFT company that managed to partner with a government, an entire government. They managed to partner with a government. Like, you're gonna sit back, be thinking to yourself, like, damn, how this was common sense, yo. This was common sense. They have the most powerful partners in human history, literally. And then it's that one random YouTuber who I thought was a moon boy who has been saying the most basic shit ever for a year straight, and I still missed it. And people are gonna, this is gonna be a lesson to people. This is gonna be a lesson to people to stop overthinking, stop letting your emotions take control, and really start thinking logically, because that's all it takes to be an investor. Think logically, and don't sell when the market's down. You sell when the market goes up. Don't sell when the market is down. But this is just like, this video is just like a compilation of like a bunch of tips here and there. Like it was a little bit of everything in here, but hopefully you all found this video helpful. I just wanted to give you all a ton of information that I think is very valuable. I mean, this is how I've made my return. So let me know what you all think. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you all on the next one, man. Peace out, y'all.